Hey guys, and welcome back to Tremor Trails. If you're new here, my name is TJ. Welcome. For you other guys who've been around for a minute, hope everybody's doing well. We have been out exploring several parts of Wyoming in this video series, and today we're going to be in the Wind River Range. These mountains, just what we've seen so far, are incredible. So I'm curious to see what is in store for us. It looks like today we're just going to combine several different trails, and we're just going to call it the Union Pass Trail. Here's the overview of what we did for today, and then we will jump up on the trail and show this to you. Let's go. All right, the Union Pass Tour in the Wind River Range. The closest city is probably going to be Du Bois, Wyoming. On the first day, we did 59.6 miles. It took us 6 hours to get over to the Green River. On day 2, we did 23.5 miles. It took us 4.5 hours. You can expect a whole day or 2 days out here. There's so much to explore. With that being said, the main road is just going to be a graded gravel road, super easy. However, the offshoots are going to have everything from pinstriping to rock crawling, very, very tight in the trees for a full-size truck, deep mud and ruts. It's really just a big challenge with the offshoots. Pick your poison. I pretty much used all the different modes, but for the most part, I was either in 2-wheel drive or 4 auto, so keep that in mind. If you just want to do the main trail, it's super easy. For highlights, really, I think it's camping everywhere. There's all kinds of different cool spots to camp. However, in this video, we do the Green River Headwaters. We get down to the Green River, the history, the provenance of this whole region, and at the end, we do Pinion Ridge to Gunsite Pass, which is a beautiful overlook of all of the mountains. Please remember that our cameras have stabilizers on them. The hills are not going to appear steep, and the bumps are definitely not going to appear as rough. Also, remember to review this and every trail at the end of our video. Thanks for watching. Now, let's go. Well, okay, guys. So obviously we're off of the main Union Pass, and we're doing a trail now called Moon Lake. And this trail had been mapped previous, and I was told that this was a technical rating of 2, possibly 3. While that's true, the obstacles are around a 2 or a 3. It is so tight for full size. I am getting a workout. This is the first time so far I have ever used turn trail assist and actually needed it. So kudos to Ford for putting the turn trail assist on the Tremor. It is tight up in these woodland sections. I read previously that side-by-sides are really the main thing out here in Wyoming, and make sure not to get off onto a side-by-side trail. This is not a side-by-side trail. This is a full-size trail. I looked it up prior to getting out here, but man, is it tight. Anyways, we probably have about 2 or 3 miles before we get to the lake. I just wanted to stop really quick, catch my breath. We're at 10,000 feet elevation right now. You can see that the tree line stops, and that behind us is Union Mountain. All right, here we go. Well, hell, guys, I had to earn that one. This was a really tight trail. Full size, sure, I got a full-size truck down it, but I wouldn't recommend it. This is as far as we can go also, unfortunately. As you can see way behind me is Moon Lake. It's beautiful up here. There's still snow up on the peaks above the tree line. I can't go any further, which is fine. It was a grind getting out here. It took us about an hour and a half to get out here from the main trailhead. A lot of rock crawling that I didn't really expect. It's kind of like a boulder field out here. I don't know if it's glacier rock or whatever, but it's really been challenging. And of course, it's being so tight getting around trees. The good news is I only had to pull on my mirrors one time. That turn trail assist has really come in handy. I'm glad I finally got to use it in a real world application. Like I said, I've messed around with it before. I even did a video on it a long time ago at the house, but to finally put it to real world test and see how well it's performing, I'm actually extremely pleased and happy with that. Just another tool on the Tremor. All right, well, we're gonna continue to do some more Tremor things. We got, like I just said, about an hour and a half to get back to the main trailhead where the trail is super easy. And then we're gonna probably get up to the top of Union Pass, which is supposed to be beautiful. So I don't know how much we're gonna film from here back out to the trailhead. We may film a couple little things, but for the most part, we're just gonna meet you back up on the trailhead. Thanks for following along so far. This whole region is steeped in history and, of course, really peculiar in geological terms. The way that Union Pass received its name is because a drop of rain could split into thirds, essentially, and feed 7 of our major waterways in America. You could have a water droplet go 1,400 miles to the Pacific through Fish Creek into the Snake River and Columbia River. You could have another water droplet go 1,300 miles to the Gulf of California via the Green River or the Colorado, and you could even have a water droplet go 3,000 miles all the way through the Bighorn, Yellowstone, Missouri, and into the Mississippi. We're in a massive bowl up here, even though we're at 9,000, almost 10,000 feet. Now, usually when you're up in mountain ranges, you're used to seeing really tall peaks all around you because you're so close. But what happens at the Union Pass is this is a massive bowl surrounded by 3 different mountain ranges. Of course, you have the Wind River Range where we are. We're at the north part. To get to the 14,000 foot peaks of the Wind River Range, they're still 30-40 miles to our south. To our west, we have the Gros Ventre mountain range. And then to our north, we have the Absarokas, which go all the way into Montana. Besides the cool geological features of this area, this was a massive populated place back in the late 1700s and early 1800s, mainly by the French Canadian trappers and the Gros Ventre Indians. If you've ever seen the movie Revenant, it's kind of based off of what the fur trappers did up in this region. Alright guys, so we've driven probably 40 miles since we left you last. I've just been out exploring this whole Union Pass trail. As the sun sets behind me, we have decided we're going to set up camp tonight. There's so much to see out here. As a matter of fact, where we are right now, we came down off Union Pass and we're at the Green River. This is really close to the headwaters of the Green River. And as an overlander, I think it's cool that you go all over the country, yet there's always this this thread that connects you to something, just like this. We're at the Headwaters, and we've been all the way to the bottom of the Green River where it meets the Colorado River. It's just something kind of cool. Nonetheless, we're going to get some dinner, we're going to go to sleep, and then in the morning, I'm going to try and get you to a spot that a local told me to check out on Union Pass itself that's supposed to be some incredible views up in the Wind River Range. So, thanks for sticking around so far, and we will see you in the morning. I think one of the main takeaways from this trip is that there are so many really beautiful places to camp up here. There are probably 300 to 400 miles of trails, and like I said, we'll be back again to explore this region more. Looking at the map, we could have went back the way we came on the easy graded road, but I was kind of itching to do a little bit more technical stuff. I found a road that would take us directly up to Pinion Ridge and Gunsite Pass. I knew that it was a gamble because of the Moon Lake Trail that we did, but honestly, I was just ready to get off of that graded road and do something a little bit more fun. The trail ended up being beautiful, and it was a great time as we climbed up to the top of the mountains. Well, that was definitely worth it. I am so glad that I ran into that local and he told us about this place. I mean, I don't know where to point the camera. Directly behind me, you probably can't see it because there's some rain coming in. I can see the Teton Range, which is, I don't know, probably 30, 40 miles from me. The Wind River Range is right behind me. And then you can see clear off towards Yellowstone. It's just freaking awesome. I had a blast today. We left you down at the Green River. We only traveled 15 miles, but it took us 3 hours to get here because, as you saw, that one trail that we had to take to get up was a side chute. You can take an easier trail, but I was like, let's just go through this trail. So we had a bunch of rock crawling and a lot of tight spots, but it was fun and it was a blast. You do have to earn it to get up here, no doubt. You're in the forest a lot of time. You just got to remember that you're heading to a destination. And man, it is freaking breathtaking up here. I wish that you guys could experience this yourself. That was the whole reason we started this channel, was to let people see what's out here and get off the couch and come explore this stuff. Like I said a couple times in the video so far, there is so much to explore out here that we've barely scratched the surface, I think. There are a bunch of memorials up here if you do get up here, so just, you know, be cool about it. It looks like a lot of people spread ashes up here for a lot of their loved ones, and I can see why. This is one beautiful, beautiful view. I wish the camera was like 8K high def where you could see everything that I'm seeing. But you're just gonna have to get in your truck and you're gonna have to drive up here and see it for yourself. Of course, what we do is we rate all of our trails on a 1 to 5 scale, being fun, fear, technical, and scenery. For fun, I had a really good time. I did not have a good time yesterday with that Moon Lake trail. Definitely more of a side-by-side trail, even though they claim it's a full-size trail. And really, the payoff wasn't worth it. Other than that, though, I had a blast. We had a blast, me and my wife. Sleeping down on the river last night was extremely peaceful. You can camp anywhere out here. I mean, miles and miles and miles of just camping spots. So we really had a blast getting to explore this. For fun, there was some challenging stuff that I got to do, plus the easy roads where you could make up time and just see beautiful things. I'm giving it a 4.5. I had a blast. That leads me into fear. It's kind of tricky how the fear goes. If you do the offshoots like I did in this video, your fear level is going to be pretty high because if you're not positioned right, you're going to dent, smack, scratch the crap out of your truck. For fear, I'm going to give it a 3 just because there are a lot of things that can jump up and bite you. And it can go from real fun to real pissy really quick when you're on those really, really tiny trails. If you stick to the main trail though, the main Union Pass trail, it is literally a 1 and it is just a nice, beautiful drive up in the mountains. So keep that in mind. That leads us kind of into the same thing as far as technical goes. I'm glad I had a lot of seat time in my truck. That Moon Lake one, that technical for me was way up there. And the one that we did today was pretty technical as well. When I'm talking about technical in my videos, I'm not talking about necessarily what a trail would be rated because of ruts or stuff. I'm talking about a full-size F-150 getting through stuff. That's my technical skill. And so for that, it's going to be a technical rating of 4 because you have got to have proper tire placement on boulders or you're going to smack into a tree. There are so many trees that we just barely got through, and there was a couple times that I had to pull in the mirrors, and that's how little of room I had to navigate that. So keep that in mind. That leads us into scenery. Well, right now the scenery is a 10+, but the whole trail combined, you are in the trees a lot of the time, and then you open up into these big rolling meadows until you actually get up above the tree line or you get kind of down back towards the Green River. So for scenery all the way around is going to be a 3. But when you get to these payoff points like what we did in this video, the scenery is easily a 4.5. I don't know how much better it gets when you're just on top of this mountain staring at 3 different mountain ranges. It's just really cool, guys. I'm really excited about it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I do appreciate it. If you're not subscribed yet, maybe give us a subscribe. It just helps with the algorithm so that more people in full-size trucks can get content like this. Obviously, we try and film for the full-size truck guys. Of course, if you don't have a full-size truck and you watch us, that's not a big deal either. Welcome. If you have any questions, though, about this particular trail, hit me up down below, or you can email us at tremortrails@gmail.com. I'm trying to figure out a way to get all of these trails mapped in a good, easy format with the places that we camp and have that where you guys can download that database and come out and explore yourself. I don't want to put anything behind a paywall. Thank you, few guys that have talked about Patreon. Maybe we'll do a Patreon page one day, but really for us, it's about letting you guys see these places and see if you want to come out and explore them yourselves. So I'm going to keep working on that as we continue. Nonetheless, thank you for letting me ramble on here at the end of the video. Once again, hit me up down below if you have any questions. And until next time, guys, we hope to see you out here on the trails. Bye.